A report by the PricewaterhouseCoopers (PwC) says Nigeria's advertising industry is projected to be worth 893 billion naira by 2028. The report also said the industry was worth 605.2 billion naira in 2023. While the sector may be thriving as shown by this report, it does come with its own challenges by industry stakeholders. These were some of the highlights at the media parley for Dots Media House's 10th year Thanksgiving celebration in Lagos.
The purpose early, right? Like I was sharing earlier, once you find your purpose early, that basically drives everything that you're about, right? And in finding your purpose early as well, you're able to decide what your values really are. Whether you are running business, whether you are a team member somewhere, whether you are, once you get your values right, you get your purpose right, you are not perturbed by what is going on. Right now, the economy is, we are never, like when you talk to any team member, I can assure you that we're not perturbed about, oh, we just speak to a client and the client is not, because the economy, we know what is in our control. And that comes from the background of, when I was starting the company, being very sure of what my values were, not getting involved in anything that wasn't the right thing to do as a business, and also not being everywhere, right? Not just being involved in everything because we want to make profit and all. We've never been a part of that. So for us, like, finding purpose is a major part to what has driven this whole business to where it is now. We are at that stage and that space now where brands are not willing to spend the budget because of the economy. But if, I can promise you that if we give them the right strategy, the money will come out. So for us, we are always innovative in everything that we do, right? This brand is about to launch here. How else can we do it? Social media management, how can it be done? How can sponsor that be done? So innovation is a major aspect of what you just asked.
We are actually making the academy one that we are going to run with from next year. Is something that we are very grateful for, and of course we want the entire society to actually anticipate that, especially those who are undergraduates, right? They are going to be our focus, and of course professionals who just want to get better in their craft. Generally, Dots Media from next year is also going to have some partnerships that we know that is not going to be on the business side alone. It's going to also be for societal development. Right, there's a conversation with the Ministry of Art and Culture. Right, we are looking at how we can work together to ensure that the creative aspect of, or the culture of the country, as it were, and extensively into Africa, is not something that is eroding, as it were. So we are looking for varying ways on how we can ensure that there's sustainability of culture through the efforts that, of course, we are putting out in media.
The stakeholders who narrated some of the challenges faced by the industry despite the economic challenges say advertising has critical roles to play in driving the Nigerian economy.
Challenges for the business, especially when you look at it from the government aspect. I think that the currency depreciation is the major challenge that everyone is facing now. We as a business, those that fund us or fuel us are our clients. Our clients can only spend the marketing budget if they are making the right revenue. No one is going to spend money on marketing when the revenue is not coming in. So for us, that would be the first thing, because that's the biggest feedback we've gotten from clients, where the cost of USD is killing the business, right? I was giving an example, for example, how Pepsi has gone from 100 naira to 400 naira for the bottle. That has cut that brand's marketing budget majorly. Obviously, like if you look at, again, a Pepsi of 2019 or 2018 and what they're doing in marketing now, you would be able to tell. So for us, the way what we're asking the government to do, it would be to the regularization of this currency. The cost of fuel affects everything. The cost of everything is just, the economy is the number one thing that needs to be solved to help businesses in Nigeria grow. I was sharing earlier about how in Western world, when you get there, they treat entrepreneurs like eggs, right? That's not happening in Nigeria. Every government parasite is looking for a way to milk you. That's the truth. So we need to get into that space where government starts to really help businesses to thrive, right, and be intentional about it.
It depends on how you actually run things internally in your company. How you run it will determine the turnover in your company. Do you understand? So for us, we have only experienced a very, very high turnover rate, right? And that's not because our environment is not cool enough for people to work in. It's basically because they have other parts that they want to trade, right, and decide to trade it, basically.
Access 24 reports that the outfit at the forefront of influencer marketing advertising has been involved in over 50% of the successful online campaigns. The consensus here is that with the right regulation and government policy, the proceeds from the marketing of product can contribute immensely to the nation's economic growth.